to the channel. It is your girl Alana Simone. So first of all, I wanted to welcome you guys in. I hope you are having an amazing day. So today we're going to be talking about stay the course. And I think this is so important because oftentimes, a lot of people, we may find ourselves getting weary. We may find ourselves, kind of getting bored sometimes on our walk with God, or we might have a season where we're not really seeing anything happening in our life. And so we kind of may get distracted, or we might, go off course a little bit. And we might see a squirrel running down the street and we try to chase it. That's how we be getting distracted sometimes in this life. But today I wanted to remind you to just stay the course. Sometimes in, our journey and just life, either our walk with God or just, going through life, sometimes things can change in our life. Sometimes things can happen to where we may not see things happening right away. We may be praying or asking God for something, but we're not seeing it right away. And so oftentimes when people don't see things happening in their life, they, sometimes start drifting off a little bit. They're like, I've been standing and believing for a long time for a promise from God, and I'm not really seeing it. So I think I'm just going to go out and figure it out myself. I think I'm just going to go take my own life into my hands and just, try to figure it out, because I've been waiting and fasting and praying and I'm not seeing nothing. And so this is what happens to a lot of believers and just people who, especially when they're believing God for something, sometimes when they're not seeing it, they just, kind of just give up, or they just, decide to just take matters into their own hands and, from there, figure it out themselves. But let me just tell you, it's important to stay the course. There's been so many times in my life to where I had to wait, I had to wait on God for a very long time. And it's been very interesting because why? There is sometimes you can feel discouraged. Sometimes you can feel weary in that waiting period. And it's like, sometimes you can even question, is it even worth waiting? Why? Because you're human. You have regular human thoughts that, when you just waiting for something, you're like, okay, sometimes you can look crazy waiting for, specific things that God has promised you. So, it's been so many times that I've been in a situation like that. Even recently, I've been waiting on a specific, multiple promises from God. And I've had to wait for a very long time for these things, and I've had to be patient, and I've had to show grace, and I've had to endure very hard times for specific promises in my life. But let me tell you, one thing I'm going to continue to do is stay the course. And I wanted to encourage others to stay the course too, because why? I know that my God is faithful. I know that He is not a man that He shall lie. And so, yes, it may be uncomfortable in the waiting. Yes, the waiting may test my patience, but I know it's for a reason. God has been doing some amazing things in my life and in my character, and in my heart in this season that He's had me waiting on different promises in my life, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Yes, I've had days where I just, break down and cry and ask the Lord why. Because why? I'm very much human, and I have very much human emotions, okay? And so I'm not going to sit here and act like my life is perfect and I'll never go through anything, and that, every day with God is just an amazing day. Like, no. There's days where it doesn't feel that great, but I don't let those days where it doesn't feel great take me off course and make me forget that the course and the path that He has me on, because I know that it's the right way. He makes our path straight, and He knows the plans that He has for our life, and that's to prosper us, to give us a hope and a future, and bring us to an expected end. And so I'm so grateful to know that, and that's something that really encourages me to move forward, because I know that He is faithful, that He is faithful to perform and bring to pass everything that He has promised in our lives. So just stay the course. Today, I just wanted to encourage anyone who may be feeling like, giving up on God or going another way or just trying to take matters into their own hand. Don't do it. you know, really lean. That's when you can really start to lean into God more and say, Lord, please help me. You know, I'm really thinking about giving up. I'm really thinking about, you know, turning away from you. I'm really thinking about giving up on this promise that you promised me. But I need your help, you know, to keep on going. Fill me with your strength to keep on going, and He will. You know, it's been so many times where I'm like, I have to lean on the Lord, because I'm like, you're the one who told me this. Like, nobody else told me this. You told me this. So if you told me this, you have to make this thing come to pass. Like, there's not much I can do but pray, fast, and seek you and be obedient to what you have instructed me to do. But you're the only one who can make a way in this situation. And reminding him of that, you know, he needs to be reminded. Well, he doesn't need to be reminded, but we can remind him of the things that he has promised us, and, you know, really petition him and making them come to pass in our life. So be encouraged. Like, I'm really excited for in a few months, I'll be sharing like some testimonies, okay, of some of the things that I have been going through this past 2 years of my life. I feel like has been the most intense of some of the things that God has instructed me to do. And, you know, I've been so patient and just so in tune to the timing of God. So, you know, you can't always share things right away, but in due season, I'll be able to share more. And I really hope that when I do, it encourages people, because you will be like, you did what? And what? Because it's crazy, some of the stories that I will tell you guys. But it's not time yet, but in the future, just know I'll have more stories to encourage you with. But today, if all I could do is say one thing, is that's to keep on going. You know, life gets hard. Sometimes our journey with God can, you know, get to a point to where it may feel hard to keep on going, but push past that. We all have days, you know, where we can feel like giving up, where we can feel like throwing in the towel, but don't do it. It's the lies of the enemy, you know, that try to trick us and make us believe that our past is better. You know, our past relationships are better, so go back to that. Our past, you know, situations were better, so go back to that. And those are lies. You know, he'll make us believe that the world offers us more, you know, more than what God can offer us. And that's lies. It's not. God can give us all of our heart's desires. He can give us everything that we are desiring and praying for and hoping for. But sometimes it comes with us having to be patient and having to wait and go through a process. Because why? In the process, he can prepare us. In the process, he can do work in us that we could never have experienced if we didn't allow this time of waiting and the process to happen in our life. You don't know what God wants to pull out of you, what he wants to sharpen in you, what he wants to refine in you, until you go through the process that he wants you to go through. So stay the course, despite how you feel, despite your circumstances, despite what goes on around you. Stay the course. The best thing I can tell you today is to stay the course. You know, it's up to you. I can't make you and I can't live your life for you, but I can be here to encourage you, to know that if I can do it, like, so can you. The difference is I tell myself and believe in myself and know that I can do it. And I know that God has proven himself too many times in my life for me to give up when one thing may go wrong or when one thing may not be going my way. He has proven himself too much for me to give up on him. So be encouraged today. Don't give up on God. Don't give up on the journey that he has you on and the promises that he's promised you. Keep on pursuing him. Keep on pushing past, you know, the negative thoughts that the enemy tries to fill in your mind and, you know, tell you. Push past that. Be encouraged today. Know that you can move forward. Know that God is rooting for you. Know that I'm rooting for you. And I pray that this video will just help you today in some way. So I thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.